Hello everyone, my name is Karan Mashru. Welcome to this video. So in this video, we are going to look at the solution of the problem, that is count possible ways to construct buildings. First of all, let us start by understanding the question. What does question say? Given n, the number of plots on either sides of the road, find the total ways to construct buildings in the plot such that there is a space between any two buildings. Okay, so basically there are n plots on both the sides of the road. We'll see the example so you'll have a better idea. And we need to find the total ways in which how we can construct buildings on this plot such that there is a space between any two buildings. So on two consecutive plots there should not be a building. Okay, you can either keep a building either keep a plot empty or build a building on it. All plots on one side of the road are continuous. Okay, let's suppose star represent a plot, then for n equals to 3 the plots can be represented as star star star. This is road, and again star star star. So for n equal to 3 there are three plots on the right side, 3 plots on the left side, and the road is in the between. Okay, where this represents the road. As the answer can be very large, print it modulo 10 to the power 9 plus 7. For n equal to 3 the output is 25. There are total 25 ways in which we can build the plots such that there are no two consecutive plots. We will see how it becomes 25. Okay, similarly for n equals to 10 the answer is 20,736. You don't need to read input or print anything. The task is to complete the function total ways, which takes n as input parameters and returns the total possible ways modulo 10 to the power 9 plus 7. The expected time complexity is big O of n and expected space complexity is also big O of n, and the constraints are given here. So now if we think about solving this problem, then basically see, for n equals to 3, let's suppose in the input we are given n value as 3. So what it basically is saying is there is a road, and on both the sides of the road there are n plots. So for n equals to 3 there will be 3 plots here and 3 plots here. Now we need to construct buildings on these plots. We need to construct the buildings in such a way that no two buildings should be in consecutive plots, or there must be space between two buildings. Okay, there must be at least one space. Okay, that's the question, that are the words given in the question. So no two buildings can be consecutive. Now, so what does that mean? So you cannot say building and building because these two are consecutive. You need to keep a space. Also, if you have a building here and a building here, then these two are not consecutive. Okay, because there is a space in between, that is the road. Okay, this is the road. So we need to find the total number of ways of constructing buildings such that there are no two consecutive buildings. Okay, so now what I can do is, see, on both the sides there are n number of plots. So I'll count the number of ways for this, I'll count the number of ways for this, and then I'll just multiply, because each way in which I construct building here is independent from each way I construct building here, because no building here can harm any of the can be in continuous with any building here, because there is a road in between, right? So I'll count the number of buildings which I can construct here, I can count the number of buildings which I can construct here, and then just multiply, because every possible way here can be combined with every other possible way here, right? So let us find how many possible ways are here. Okay, so B means a building and S means space. Okay, so space means I have not constructed a building. So here how many ways are there? See, total number of ways will be 8, because at every position you have 2 ways, either a building or a space, and total there are 3 plots. So 2 to the power 3, you have 8 possibilities. What will be those 8 possibilities? Building, 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 space, building, space, building, building, space, space. Then I can say space, building, building, space, building, space, 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 building, and space, space, space. Okay, so these are the 8 ways. Now no two consecutive buildings can be together, or there must be space between two buildings. Okay, so this is not possible way, this is not a possible way, this is a possible way, this is a possible way, this is also not possible. Two buildings are consecutive, this is also possible, this is also possible, and if you keep all empty, this is also possible. So for 3 number of plots there are 5 ways to construct building here. Okay, now since n is 3 here, there will be 5 ways here also. So there are 5 ways here to construct buildings and 5 ways here to construct buildings, keeping the constraints in mind. So any combination of here can combine with any combination here. So total number of possibilities is 5 into 5, which is equal to 25, right? So for n equals to 3, we have 25. Now for a general value of n, how will we get our answer? So what we will do is, we will calculate the answer for only one side, and then we will square it, because whatever answer I get here, suppose my answer here is A1, then here also I'll get A1 because both of them have n number of plots. So my overall answer will be A1 square, that is A1 into A1. So now let's see for only one side of the road, how many total possible ways are there. So let's look at some smaller values and try to figure out if we can see some pattern. Okay. So if there is only one plot on one side of the road, then you have how many ways? Two ways, because either you make a building here or you keep this empty, right? If you have n equals to 2, okay, so there are two plots, then how many ways you have? For n equals to 2, you can have building space, space building, or space space. You cannot have building building. So there are three ways. For n equals to 3, you have how many ways? For one side, 5 ways. Okay. For n equals to 3, you have 5 ways. So can you see the pattern here? This is basically nothing but the next n equals to 4. Here you will get 8 number of ways to construct buildings, because this is basically forming the Fibonacci series. Here you have 2, here you have 3, then onwards for answer for n is equals to answer of n minus 1 plus answer of n minus 2. So answer for n equals to 3 is for n equals to 3 is answer for n equals to 2 plus answer for n equals to 1, that is 3 plus 2 5. Then for this you will have 5 plus 3, that is 8. The next answer would be 8 plus 5, that is 13. So what we will do basically, for a given input n, we'll calculate according to this series the nth number, and then we will square it and return it. That would be my answer, because this will give me the number of ways to construct building on one side. We want on both sides, so any combination here can go with any combination here. So we'll square it and return it. Okay, now let's look at its actual implementation. Okay, so if I look at the actual implementation, so I have taken one answer variable, I have taken mod 10 to the power 9 plus 7, and then some variables. I have taken one dp table, that is nothing but the number of ways. Okay, so dp of I will be the number of ways to construct building on one side of the road if you have I number of plots. Okay, so dp of 1 is 2, dp of 2 is 3, and then from 3 onwards dp of I will be equal to dp of I minus 1 plus dp of I minus 2 modulo mod, and finally we will return dp of n square, because there are plots on both sides of the road, and finally we will return the answer. What would be the time complexity? It would be big O of n, because you are running a for loop of size n. What would be the auxiliary space? The auxiliary space here is also big O of n, because you are using a n size dp table. Okay, you can also reduce it to big O of 1, because at any point of time you need only two previous values. If you are calculating for I, you need I minus 1 and I minus 2 only. When you calculate for I plus 1, you need I minus 1 and I only. Okay, so in that way also you can do, but this is the general way. In this, the auxiliary space required is big O of n. Now let's submit this code. Okay, so we have solved this question successfully. I hope you have understood this solution completely. Thank you.